Episode 8 doesn't end with just one terrifying revelation. It ends with 3. Henry's grip on reality begins to shatter. Fatima's transformation takes a disturbing new turn. And in the episode's final moments, Tabitha comes face to face with the man in yellow, leading to one of the most unsettling and important conversations in the history of From. But these scenes aren't just shocking. They're packed with clues. Clues about the true nature of Fromville, the growing danger surrounding Jade's breakthrough, and a terrifying possibility that changes everything. What if escaping the town isn't the solution, but the beginning of an even greater nightmare? Let's break down the ending and uncover what it all could mean. Henry's vision. Before we even reach the confrontation with the man in yellow, the episode shows us something deeply disturbing happening to Henry. After Sophia's earlier manipulation, Henry's mental state appears to be deteriorating rapidly. What makes this scene so frightening isn't just the hallucination itself, it's how real it feels to him. For a brief moment, Henry believes he's back in the real world. He's no longer trapped in Fromville. He's no longer surrounded by monsters. Instead, he's experiencing what appears to be normal reality again. But that's exactly what makes the scene dangerous. The town has always attacked people physically, emotionally, and psychologically. In Henry's case, it's attacking his perception of reality itself. The question now becomes whether Henry is simply hallucinating or whether something far more supernatural is happening. Could the town be showing him an alternate reality, a memory, a possible future? Or is the man in yellow deliberately breaking Henry's mind? The timing feels important. Just as Jade is getting closer to answers and the town is approaching a major breakthrough, Henry becomes another victim of psychological manipulation. It's almost as if the entity is trying to destabilize everyone before the truth is revealed. And if Henry can no longer tell what's real and what's not, he may become even more vulnerable in the episodes ahead. Fatima's horrifying transformation. While Henry's reality begins falling apart, Fatima's situation becomes even more alarming. For several episodes, we've watched strange changes happening to her. At first, they seemed mysterious. Now they feel terrifying. The ending strongly suggests that whatever is happening inside Fatima is accelerating. This no longer feels like a temporary condition. It feels like a transformation. And that's what makes this storyline so unsettling. Unlike the monsters outside, Fatima is someone the audience knows and cares about. Watching her slowly change into something unknown creates a completely different type of horror. What's especially interesting is the timing. Fatima's condition worsens just as the town approaches another major turning point. That can't be a coincidence. The supernatural forces connected to Fromville appear to be reacting. Some fans believe Fatima is becoming connected to the monsters. Others think she's evolving into something entirely different. Something even older than the creatures that roam the town at night. Whatever the truth is, Episode 8 makes one thing clear. Fatima is becoming one of the most important pieces of the mystery. And whatever happens to her next could completely change the balance of power inside Fromville. Tabitha versus the man in yellow. The ending begins with one of the most unsettling scenes of the season. After receiving a terrifying phone call that sounds exactly like her deceased son Thomas, Tabitha is manipulated into going to the Matthews RV. Right away, something feels wrong. The entire outside of the RV is covered in Ethan's drawings, making the location feel less like a home and more like a carefully prepared trap. And that's exactly what it is. When Tabitha arrives, the truth is finally revealed. Sophia is no longer Sophia. The mysterious figure shapeshifts back into the man in yellow, confirming once again that he can wear different faces whenever it suits him. But the most disturbing part isn't the transformation. It's what he says. The man in yellow reveals that he killed Jim at that very location. He doesn't say it with anger or pride. He says it calmly, almost casually, which somehow makes it even more terrifying. Then comes the real bombshell. Instead of threatening Tabitha, he warns her. According to him, Jade's plan to dig up the children's bones beneath the bottle tree might actually work. It could open a path home, but it could also unleash something far worse than anything the residents have faced so far. This moment completely changes the stakes. For seasons, the characters have been searching for escape. Now they're being told that escape itself may be dangerous. Notice how the man in yellow doesn't tell Tabitha to stop Jade. He simply gives her information and lets fear do the rest. That's exactly how this entity operates. It doesn't always attack physically. It manipulates people psychologically. And that raises a frightening possibility. What if the town has never been trying to keep them trapped? What if it's been waiting for someone to open something? If that's true, Jade's discovery may not be the solution. It may be the beginning of a much bigger nightmare. Do you believe the man in yellow is telling the truth? Is he trying to help Tabitha or manipulate her? And what do you think is really buried beneath the bottle tree? The ending of From Season 4, Episode 8 changes everything. Henry can no longer trust his own reality. Fatima is becoming something increasingly terrifying. And Tabitha now carries a warning that could determine the fate of not just Fromville, but possibly the entire world. For 4 seasons, the residents have been searching for a way home. But after what the man in yellow revealed, the real question may no longer be how to escape. It's whether they should. With only 2 episodes remaining, the stakes have never been higher, and one wrong decision could unleash a nightmare far worse than anything we've seen so far. But what do you think? Is the man in yellow telling the truth, or is this just another one of his manipulations? Let me know your theories in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.